From Software's Elden Ring only came out just a month ago, but now it serves as a huge stepping stone for the gaming industry, with its stunning open-world design, experimental combat, and unforgettable boss fights. If you enjoyed Elden Ring, why not try these games out? What to Play presents 10 games you'd enjoy if you liked Elden Ring. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Nintendo's masterpiece shook the gaming world when it came out 5 years ago. Breath of the Wild received universal acclaim, earning perfect scores, racking up awards from every corner. Breath of the Wild's open world is riddled with secrets, and the amount of distractions around every nook and cranny is enough to give players hours and hours of exploration. If you enjoyed Elden Ring, you'll find its open world traversal similar. It also has some of its lore hidden behind text and cryptic notes. While it doesn't have the same RPG depth as FromSoft's latest, it does give you a ton of freedom with its satisfying physics and a more accessible difficulty. The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. The sheer breadth of Bethesda's open-world game is just like Elden Ring's. However, Skyrim has more NPC interactions compared to FromSoft's obtuse quest lines. Both share a medieval fantasy setting, each offering a multitude of enemies to slay, including dragons, giant crabs, and the good old skeletons. These similarities extend to the wonky horse-riding mechanics, first seen in Skyrim and has continued in Elden Ring. What Elden Ring doesn't have is the freedom of interaction between NPCs and the effect of your choices from the world around you. Bethesda's unique branching narrative is also their strongest feature. Apart from that, weapon customization and magic on both games are necessary for your character's growth. Monster Hunter Rise. If you think about it, Monster Hunter existed before the emergence of Miyazaki's Souls-like games. You could say it's the OG. Both share similarities in gameplay, including its precise hitboxes, if you don't count the older entries. If you like Elden Ring's weapon freedom, the Monster Hunter series has been doing that since time immemorial. Selecting from its arsenal of 14 weapons is the same as picking up a character class. Each weapon offers their own kind of mastery for players who want to sink hours of their time slaying from Capcom's library of monsters. This doesn't only include Monster Hunter Rise. The record-breaking Monster Hunter World alongside its Iceborne expansion are perfect picks if you want to venture into Capcom's monster-infested world. Star Wars Jedi: Fallen Order. EA's track record when handling the Star Wars IP isn't the most impressive. Surprisingly, Fallen Order's pure single-player experience with no microtransactions made the journey less of a hassle. It presents an original story with new characters. What made Fallen Order shine was its integration of the Souls formula. Yes, a Souls-like Star Wars game isn't something we expected. In Fallen Order, dying resets every enemy in the world, and you lose all your collected currencies. Enemies and boss fights also pose a challenge, and most of all, the map is designed to be confusing with a ton of backtracking involved. And to make the Souls-like experience even more obvious, you can meditate around midichlorian-powered glyphs to heal your character and reset everything. The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. CD Projekt Red's Witcher series and FromSoft's Souls games share one common dark fantasy setting. It's no question Witcher 3 gets a spot on this list due to its impressive amount of twisted magic and terrifying monsters. Not only that, Witcher 3's shift to open-world exploration is similar to FromSoft's Elden Ring, where everything that we know of their previous works push their franchise even further with more freedom to explore. There are so many distractions plastered around both of its worlds, and its map grows continuously larger as you ride with your trusty steed. Both titles share that grand medieval fantasy scale. Unfortunately for Elden Ring, it doesn't have branching NPC quests that shaped Witcher 3's story. Nioh Collection. When it comes to difficulty, the Nioh games come close to that Souls-like feel. It's designed to punish players who get too comfortable with their controller. What sets it apart from the Souls-like formula, however, is its focus on melee combat. Nioh is a hack and slash. If we can compare it to a FromSoft title, it's very similar to Sekiro. Changing stances is also essential to adapt to its myriad of tough bosses. Resting at checkpoints replenishes your character's health and items, as well as respawning all the normal bosses around its world. Each of the various weapons found around the game have their own combos well suited for any occasion. Mortal Shell. Indie games are also no stranger to the Souls-like influence, and Mortal Shell is but one of the many titles on the market that borrow concepts from Hidetaka Miyazaki's games. Mortal Shell's gritty atmosphere and difficult enemy encounters make up the Souls-like experience. It features a unique combat mechanic where your character can harden and block enemy attacks. Players who enjoy Elden Ring will find its gothic landscapes intriguing, as well as its fragmented lore. Despite its linear design, Mortal Shell offers a plethora of adventure for newbies of the Souls-like genre. Dark Souls series. Of course we had to put it on this list. If you enjoy Elden Ring's frustrating yet challenging boss fights, or even its impeccable level design, the Souls games are right here for you. This franchise gave birth to the very genre we've been talking about on this list, and Elden Ring wouldn't be possible without it. From Dark Souls Remastered, Bloodborne, and even Sekiro, these Soulsborne titles are recommended for players who seek more challenge and satisfaction in overcoming its memorable display of boss fights. Code Vein. We're just saying it straight. This is just anime Dark Souls. If you like the challenging enemy encounters of the Souls series and love cute anime characters, there's obviously no room for argument here. Code Vein is Bandai Namco's attempt to replicate FromSoft's formula. Although it didn't really hit that mark when it comes to level design and atmosphere, it does make up for its blistering fast combat. Similar to most FromSoft games, Code Vein also supports co-op, so you can invite a friend over and hunt the many monstrosities in the land, as well as flaunting those characters you've been spending hours customizing. Hollow Knight. Team Cherry's Metroidvania can be deceiving if you only want to play it because of its adorable art style. The moment you have your first death, you know it's not as easy as you think it is. Hollow Knight blends Metroidvania and Souls-like into one challenging game. Combat is set around a 2D plane, and boss fights are challenging. Once you die, you lose everything and pick up what you've lost. And that's not all. Its 2D environments are full of details and lore hidden behind this bug-filled underground civilization generated by multiple YouTubers theorizing its story. This part of the list also extends to the numerous Metroidvania titles that inject their own Souls-like charm. This includes the Salt and Sacrifice series, Dead Cells, and even the more recent Death's Door.